My name is Heather. I'm a 24-year-old office worker. I'm currently waiting for my date with Tim, who I've been seeing for 3 months. Truth be told, it's my first time dating a man. I was raised in a rural area where farmland stretches as far as the eye can see. There are so few people there, I used to wonder if there might be more raccoons than humans. When I moved to the city, the number of buildings and people took my breath away. I grew up in a rather strict household, or rather, due to my dad's policy, I was forced to focus primarily on my studies. But about 6 months ago, I had a big fallout with my dad. I insisted that I'm an adult and I should be allowed to make my own choices. He wouldn't back down, saying that if I wouldn't listen, I should leave. So, I stormed out, finally gaining my independence. A friend of mine took me to a mixer, and that's where I met Tim.
Heather, have you been waiting long?
Nope, I just got here. Tim is attentive and kind. Despite being busy, he always finds time for our weekly dates. And then,
could you turn around for a second?
Tim casually pulled a necklace out of his pocket and put it on me.
I don't know if you'll like it, but...
It's beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was thrilled with the necklace Tim gave me as we said our goodbyes. I loved him for thinking of me, even on non-special days. My parents never allowed me to wear a necklace. They didn't even give me birthday presents. As I happily admired the necklace he had given me, a colleague of mine said, "But you know, it's probably from a dollar store." The following day, a junior colleague told me.
Huh?
She said to my surprise, "I don't know what kind of guy he is, but he must think you're easy to please. Heather, if I were you, I'd be mad. Like, don't try to get away with a dollar store item." I was taken aback. I don't know, I didn't notice it was from the dollar store, but regardless of the price, I was happy because it was the thought that counts. "Well, if you're okay with it, then it's fine," she shrugged.
Let's break up.
I was suddenly dumped by Tim on a phone call we've had in a while. I started to notice something was off with him, who used to be so kind about 2 weeks ago. We used to call almost every day and go on dates on the weekends, but the calls and dates dwindled and he became less responsive to my messages. I didn't understand why, so I tried to reach out to him multiple times over the past few days. When Tim finally answered, he had turned cold, almost like a different person. Break up? Why? Did I do something to upset you, Tim?
No, not really.
Then why? I wanted to know the reason, but all Tim did was let out a big sigh.
Ugh, such a hassle.
Huh?
What I'm saying is, let's break up.
All of a sudden? Why? I was flustered and my voice choked with tears, but it seemed like Tim didn't like that.
Poor people always cry easily, don't they?
What? The phone call with Tim abruptly ended, and despite my numerous attempts to reach him, he never answered. Being dumped without understanding the reason, I was really down and I couldn't eat for a while. "Heather, try to cheer up. You haven't eaten anything, right? You're losing weight." My junior was worried about me and took good care of me, but I was still sad. Fast forward 3 years. One day off, I was with my junior, enjoying burgers at the park when a couple walked by. "We're going on a night cruise for dinner."
Oh, this is the popular premium one. Awesome. I can't wait.
I recognized the voice, and when I looked up, there I saw Tim, wearing a glossy suit and a flashy woman wearing a short jacket, a miniskirt, and high heels. I was surprised by the unexpected reunion, but Tim not only didn't notice me, he snorted dismissively at me and my junior.
Ew, that's lame. Fast food at the park totally screams poverty.
"Ha ha ha, if you say something like that, she might cry. We have to watch over her with warm eyes, as this is probably her best." The woman, who appeared to be Tim's girlfriend, not only did not reprimand him, but also joined in laughing at us. "Tim!"
Whoa, you... Heather, right?
3 years later, the chance encounter was as bad as the day we broke up.
Haha, I'm shocked. I knew you were poor, but you're still scraping the bottom. You're really lame. Breaking up was the right call.
Tim, who was momentarily startled, looked at me, my junior, and the burgers we were eating and sneered. "Wait, Tim, you used to date someone like this? I can't believe it. Were you blind?" The woman entwined her arm with Tim's and waved her hand with their flashy nail art as if to fan herself.
I thought she was the modest type when we first met at a party. She seemed like a food connoisseur, which made me think she might be rich, but she was happy with a dollar store necklace. What a poor girl. It was such a turnoff. And now she's eating a burger at a park. Totally bottom class.
Tim kept sneering and saying horrible things. His attitude and impression had greatly changed from when we were dating, and I was a bit confused. In place of me, my junior raised her voice. "Hey, how could you be so rude? Apologize right now."
You're annoying. Birds of a feather flock together. People like you always have a big mouth.
I totally get it. They bark back right away, but in the end, they're just like a barking dog with no bite, right? They continue to look down on us and laugh with a superior attitude. Hey, enough is enough. Heather is... Let's just ignore them. But Heather... My junior seemed still upset, but I saw people around us whispering and looking bothered, so I calmed my junior down.
Ha ha, Heather, you can't even argue back. You're really hopeless. Well, enjoy being poor.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you'll ever be able to pull off brand name clothes like us. What the heck? While I was calming down the fiery subordinate, the two of them leapt briskly. Heather, aren't you upset? Losing to that fake brand couple? Could it be you still have feelings for him? To my still furious junior, I shook my head, implying it's not what she thought. Want to go on a dinner cruise? Huh? The junior was caught off guard for a moment. And are their clothes really knockoffs? Upon confirming my nod, I explained my plan to her. Ha ha ha, let's give them the show. A few hours later, dressed up, my junior and I headed for the dinner cruise. There was a long line for the popular dinner cruise, where people could enjoy city lights from a luxury liner and fancy dinner. Noticing the couple we saw in the daytime in that line, my junior and I walked past them.
Huh? Heather?
Tim waved his hand in dismissal as he noticed us.
What's up, broken lowly woman? You miss me so much you followed me here, even changing your clothes. No can do. Honestly, I can't deal with someone like you.
Next to him, Tim's girlfriend was also laughing. You regret it that much? Too bad you can't get a ticket now. Even I had a hard time getting this. She waved the tickets and grinned. Too bad for you. My junior, in a cheerful mood next to me, pulled out the tickets from her purse. Those are just regular tickets, right? You struggled to get those? Heather can easily get express tickets, even on the same day. What?
And not just express, but the most expensive private room, premium tickets. Those are not less than several $1,000s, right?
Seeing their shocked faces, my junior grinned. Well, good luck with the line. Leading my grinning junior, I bypassed the long line and headed towards the express gate.
Why? Why?
What the heck, Tim? What's her deal? She isn't just a lowly woman, right? Their voices reached us from afar. Serve them right. Isn't that right, Heather? My junior seemed happy that our revenge went well. Half an hour later, as a departure time approached, Tim and his girlfriend approached us on the exclusive terrace where we were enjoying our welcome drinks. Shouldn't this area be off limits with your tickets?
Shut up and explain.
Tim approached aggressively. As my junior frowned, she whispered to me that she was going to call someone and quickly turned around. Unperturbed, Tim continued to pressure me.
Why does a lowlife like you have express tickets? And you even made a fool out of us in public. Thanks to you, we were laughed at while we were in line. We've been embarrassed and can't keep quiet anymore.
That's right. You must have gone into debt or something to force your way through. Now get laughed at by the express passengers. Apologize now for a poor person overstretching. As the couple kept making a fuss, the other passengers on the terrace started to gather around. Then Tim, who was staring at my chest, let out a creepy chuckle.
Even if you somehow managed to get the ticket, this is not acceptable, Heather.
Huh? As I tilted my head, Tim put his hands in his pockets, puffed his chest out, and looked confident.
Well, even if you change your clothes, I bet it's just some cheap junk. Did you dump all your money into the ticket, strutting around with a necklace from the dollar store, and you think you're some big shot? Gonna live off of just water in the park tomorrow, huh? Haha, no, that's funny.
A dollar store? I stared at Tim intently as I repeated his words.
Are you really into these kids' toys? But come on, it's pathetic for an adult to be wearing dollar store stuff.
Tim pointed to my necklace and laughed loudly for everyone to hear. As the murmurs among the passengers grew louder, Tim's girlfriend too raised her voice. Timmy, you're lucky you dumped this poor woman. Now you're in love with me. Both of them laughed, calling me a poor woman again. I didn't think you were this kind of person when we were dating. I regret being so blind. As I retorted, Tim laughed as if it was the funniest thing he'd heard.
That's rich coming from you. She's a real lady compared to you. I'm embarrassed that I even dated someone like you. Give me back the time I wasted on you, you poor thing.
Tim's voice echoed throughout the patio. As the crowd around us backed away, we heard some people hurrying toward us. Security, over here. Catch them, those two. A junior colleague led the security officers, who swiftly surrounded Tim and his girlfriend.
What the hell, man?
Get out of our way, you're ruining everything. Although they protested loudly, their tickets didn't allow them access to this area in the first place. Moreover, their ruckus attracted a crowd, and security managed to hold them.
We're customers. You can't just grab us like this.
You should be grabbing that woman. She's the one who doesn't belong here. She's poor. But the security officers maintained a stern look, glaring at the rowdy pair. Despite this, Tim did not stop hurling insults at me. Enough already! My junior colleague raised her voice. I don't know what you're misunderstanding, but Heather isn't poor.
Huh, are you just bluffing? Hilarious.
That's right, you liar. It's not a lie. There are people here who knows her, right? At the urging of my colleague, a few hands rose among the passengers. Raise your hands those who can confirm that Heather is the future president and that this cruise is managed by a subsidiary of the large company run by her father. Hands were raised.
Huh?
Tim and his girlfriend finally stopped their resistance and let out a dumbfounded voice. Their mouths were wide open.
Future president?
Unable to grasp the situation, Tim looked back and forth between me and the other passengers. What does that mean?
You said you were just a regular employee.
At the time, I was. I opened my mouth slowly. I was fed up with all the business studies forced on me, so I quarreled with my father and left home. I chose to work at a company unrelated to my father because I wanted to be away from him. But then, 2 years ago, my father fell ill and I returned home. When I was down being dumped by Tim, I accepted my father's apology, who had softened due to his illness, and returned to the path of management.
It can't be.
In a state of shock, Tim was further devastated by my junior associate. Tim, your outfit tonight, top to bottom, was all my doing. You wanted it to look low-key expensive, so it may look plain, but you needed hundreds of Benjamins.
What?
Oh, and the necklace is separate. Do you think it was a dollar store toy? What a pity. Heather, how much was that? About $100,000, I guess.
What?
No way. Chuckles leaked out from the onlookers as Tim and his girlfriend seemed like they had their souls sucked out. I apologize, everyone. My father is always under your care. Today, he invited everyone as a thank you for your hard work, and I didn't mean to intrude. Yes, the reason I was able to get tickets was that today was just that day. The people present were the employees and their families. Tim, realizing my toy-like necklace was actually an ultra-luxury item worth over $100,000, was wide-eyed. His face turned pale as he finally grasped the situation.
Heather?
He had lost all his momentum from before under the cold gazes from the surroundings. Realizing now is too late, I was actually happy with a dollar store necklace. I've never been to a dollar store because I've always been studying and I'm not interested in clothes or accessories. My junior associate gave a wry smile beside me. Right, Tim, you're not into that sort of thing, but don't worry, I'm here for that. I'm quite the sharp-eyed selector. Plus, your sense in the food market is top-notch. The burger you had for lunch will be all over the country in a month. Don't underestimate fast food, okay? Tim, slumped with his shoulders down, was turning to ashes along with his silent girlfriend. Security, please escort them out. The junior associate urged their departure with a teasing wave.
Wait, Heather, I'm so sorry, I was wrong. I'll apologize for everything. I'll break up with her, so...
What? Flip-flopping now? Who do you think got you on this cruise in the first place?
Shut up, you flashy woman. You don't see your gaudy brand clothes at all.
What did you say? You're not cool at all, even in your shiny clothes. Apologize to the clothes, say sorry for not being suitable for brand items. In the end, as security was about to escort the two arguing among themselves, I smiled and said, You two seem to think each other's clothes are brand name, but those are knockoffs, aren't they?
Huh?
What? The two looked at each other startled. You can fool each other, but you know you're wearing fake brands, right? But I'm thinking, if you can fool each other, doesn't that mean neither of you have an eye for quality? Well, I can't really talk since I can't tell the difference with dollar store items. The passengers, noticing my sarcasm, giggled again. You. Don't mess with me, you. Shaking off the security, they both hurled insults at each other. Well, they won't be able to sit at their dinner table anymore. They probably overreached to get their tickets. The junior associate shrugged. The dinner course is so good I wanted to show off. I wish they could have at least eaten it. You're so serious about it, it's funny. The junior associate laughed out loud. But, all the same, while it makes sense for you, should I really have let you buy such an expensive outfit for me? Absolutely! Between us, the CEO is about to change soon. My dad is fine now, but he's saying he can't handle the load anymore because of his age. This outfit and necklace you chose, I plan on using them for the inauguration ceremony. Will you attend in that outfit as well? Well, if that's the case, I'm thrilled. I'll follow your lead from now on. Let's stay friends even when we're old as grandmas, okay? Yeah. With such conversations, we enjoyed a dinner cruise. A few hours later, as we disembarked from the ship, Tim was waiting for us.
Hey, Heather, let's give it another shot, you and me. I promise I'll turn over a new leaf. because I don't think I'll ever meet someone as pure-hearted as you, who can be moved by something from a dollar store.
Tim's belly grumbled loudly as he begged pitifully. It seems they had been isolated in an empty room during the cruise as their ruckus was disturbing the other guests. You didn't eat dinner, did you?
Nah, skipping a meal ain't a big deal. More importantly, I beg you, Heather.
In response to Tim pleading, I took something out of my bag. Here, if you'd like, you can have this.
Aw, thanks, Heather. Wait, what's this?
A wristwatch from a dollar store.
What? Heather, are you trying to get back at me?
Don't call me Heather. I don't want to see you at all from now on. If this was worth $100,000, you'd be happy, wouldn't you? But if it's a dollar store item, you don't want it. In the end, all you see is money.
Wait a minute.
Excuse me, security.
Ugh.
Tim was restrained by the security guards once again and dragged away. Later, I heard that Tim had caused another uproar, arguing with his girlfriend, and ended up getting reported. Apparently, he's often seen at the park bloating his stomach with water. I'm sure he's broken up with his girlfriend. On the other hand, I, who successfully became CEO, am now working hard every day with a reliable junior at my side. The newly launched burger chain is also doing better than expected, and there's even talk of opening more new stores. I haven't found a new love interest yet, but I hope to meet a good person next time.